The lights are on, the studio is full, and oh my goodness, are we excited tonight. Delmarva Sports Insider, Sports Director Trayvon Miles, Jonah Restuccio, and I'm Ryan Eldridge.
That's exactly right. Welcome into your new favorite show, the only show bringing you in-depth, and I mean in-depth, analysis of local sports here on the Eastern Shore.
Ryan, I don't know if you gave us a big enough intro. This is a huge week. It feels like me, Trey, and you got out there and played in some state championships out on the hardwood for Maryland tonight, which was what we had going on.
Pretty crazy.
My scrolling thumb hurts. I'm following Twitter so much tonight. Two big games at College Park. Chrisfield, we love them. Back for the first time since 2014.
Yeah, and riding a 20-game win streak into this one, facing Southern Garrett. They're the 1A West champions, but they were not too far behind. They rode in a 19-game win streak, so some pretty stiff competition. The winner of this game getting Lake Clifton in the 1A State SIP Finals on Saturday. Justin Cohen and Courtray Fontaine, big reason why the Crabbers have had so much success early on. Southern Garrett came to play. Dalton Wiles off the screen. Yeah, that's good from 10 feet. But the Crabbers would find the answer inside, down low, using their height advantage here. Courtray Fontaine, nice post move, muscling up, as he usually does, to get a pair for the rim. But this kid came alive for the Rams in the first half. Tyler Rodenheaver lighting it up from all areas on the floor. Monster half for the senior. He finished with a game-high 21 points. 3 of 4 behind the arc, 7-11 from the field. Rams up 8 at the break.
Second half, Crabbers looking to make their move. Cohen can't connect, but Ryan Waters is there for the putback. That's from the first half. Here we go. Cohen underneath. Can't get it to go. Waters there for the putback. So Chrisfield making their comeback that they very well needed. And then it's Cohen up at the rim, the Bayside South Player of the Year. End of the third, pressure in the backcourt leads to a steal. And then a Ryan Waters finish to tie things up at 47, but from there things would begin to fall apart. Corey Ashby gets the layup in traffic, and then on the fast break, Wiles finds the rim. He had 18 on his own as the Rams, look at that, they end the Chrisfield Crabbers magical run 66-52.
For the most part, we had guys shooting the shot that we wanted them to shoot, and it's a make or miss game, and we just missed them in the last 4 minutes of the game. Drew a couple charges off of our drives, off our posts. So, I mean, if you are able to do those types of things, and then we're missing shots that we normally make, that's when you get the 52 points in the game.
I didn't finish what I wanted to finish. So all the other stuff that I got doesn't really matter right now.
Man, man, that hurts my heart. He had such a great season.
Yeah, Justin did.
And I know we can all do the whole, you don't have anything to hang your head about, and you had a good season, but it's tough right now.
Well, they wanted to win this game.
Absolutely.
And I feel like they thought they could have won this game, and I thought they could have won this game. Still, looking at the highlights, I really thought that Chrisfield would be favored in this matchup. They were much more athletic than the team that they played against. But as Coach Arnold said, when you don't do some of the little things, you're not successful. And I think one of those things tonight that really hurt Chrisfield was attacking the basket. A lot of people on Twitter are playing up the fact that Southern Garrett had a lot of free throws. And they did. They had a lot more free throws than Chrisfield did. But we cannot forget about the foul game at the end that got them some free throws. And we also cannot forget that they had a dominant big man down low who was constantly getting hacked. So my hat's off to Chrisfield, man. They had an amazing season.
Great year.
They did exactly what we thought they would do. They dominated the Bayside. They just did not finish tonight.
And I think a big reason why is, if you guys ever been to Chrisfield's court, it's tiny. Going over there to College Park, it's a culture shock. Not used to playing on a regulation size full court that is the University of Maryland. So I think the constant movement along with that foul trouble that we talked about, towards the end of the game, tired legs, you drove a long way on that bus.
Long ride too.
And for Chrisfield to get a rhythm and a pace underneath them, something that they pride themselves on all year, they were never able to find that and really could only tie things up before the wheels just fell off.
Yep, exactly right.
All that being said, they had a great season.
Absolutely.
They
great
did.
season.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, remember, not one, but two teams making it to the Xfinity Center. Why-High, they were in the 2A Final Four.
That's exactly right. Why-High looking to go to their first state final since 2013. They would face the winner, Oakdale. Dorian Stevens on fire to start this game. And when I say on fire, I mean on fire.
I think he started
the young man was going crazy in this game. Outside, inside, Stevens did it all. He did what he had to do to keep this team in the game. But a little later, Oakdale began to come back. Colin Schlee, their MVP, coming back with the layup. That young man's playing football at Kent State next fall. Just shows you what kind of athlete he is. And there's Jack McGaha getting us tied back up a little earlier on. And then check out Ethan Reefer. He's going to get a nice pass inside. As Oakdale would close the gap, Y-High still would lead by 3 points.
So Handy, before the end of the first half, skying in. He's the mid-range magician.
Yeah, he is.
Y-High up 9 at the half. And then Schlee in the fast break. Remember, he's a football star
some
out in the open court. He gets to go. So Oakdale finds themselves down 1.
Hey, they really
but
need
just
this
as
guy
big
to
as
play.
Dorian, Keyshawn Marshall, our Delmarva Sports Insider Player of the Week from the baseline. And then who else? Marshall leaking out for what you can call the cherry and whipped cream on top. Y-High, guess where they're going, guys?
Going to the state championship.
They're going to the state championship. So 1 for 2 for Bayside South teams, 57-51 for Y-High, excuse me.
Yeah, and it's just after 11. It's 11:06 by our clock. But our very own Jeff Harris has been at Xfinity Center since tip-off of the first game. That was Chrisfield. Jeff, first, are you tired yet? And what did you see across the bridge tonight? That's the question.
Man, oh man, guys, did we have some basketball being played at College Park earlier tonight. 4 different games, so 8 total teams taking the court here at the Xfinity Center, of course, on the campus of the University of Maryland here at College Park. But the thing about these games, we saw some of the highlights. We had Chrisfield playing in the 1A. You saw those highlights. Not really what you thought from this Chrisfield team. You really thought that they were going to be able to come out and really battle with that Southern team. And it really just that second half kind of escaped them just a little bit. Courtray Fontaine picking up that 4th foul about 2 minutes or a minute and 30 seconds rather into that third quarter. So that took him out of the game. And then Justin Cohen trying to do everything for this Crabbers team to put them back into the fourth quarter, and that's exactly what he did. They cut the lead to single digits, but then just let it escape. So they fell, as you saw, 66-52. And then in the Class 2A, we had some excitement, not necessarily fireworks going off here inside the Xfinity Center, but they could be tomorrow night. Y-High topping and moving on to the championship game, the state title game. They topped Oakdale, a team that we saw at the 2018 Governor's Challenge, and they were able to do so behind Dorian Stevens. We're going to hear from him a little bit later on. He had 26 points, and he started this game 4 for 4 from the field. He did not miss a shot until about 4 minutes into that second quarter, so 26 overall. And then also a defensive beast, Matt Lowe. He had 6 blocks, 4 of those coming in the first half. So you just saw some of those highlights. Y-High advances. They're going to take on Patterson right here at the Xfinity Center tomorrow night in the Class 2A championship at 6 o'clock. And again, we're going to hear from Coach Waller and Dorian Stevens a little bit later during the Delmarva Sports Insider. Guys?
Thanks, Jeff. On the girls' side, we cannot forget to mention a rough one for Queen Anne's tonight at Towson. They fall at the hands of Middletown. The Lady Lions were tied at 16 in this one.
Yeah.
And we thought that they had a chance, but they ran into a tough press in the second half from Middletown. Congratulations to Middletown on going to the finals, but we have to give love to Queen Anne's.
Yeah, what an unbelievable run for them again.
Yeah.
All right, so a third of the Bayside teams, 1 out of 3 in the semifinal games tonight between the boys and girls. So Y-High gets it done. Thoughts? How are you feeling?
Hats off to Butch Waller and Y-High, man. I truly did not think that they could beat this Oakdale team. We saw them at the Governor's Challenge. Very tough team, but I think what you're seeing in Y-High is a team that is starting to believe that they can play with anybody.
Yeah,
and
great.
when you have that at this time of the year, you're a dangerous team. So, they have Patterson, and I know they're taking it like they don't have a chance in the world, but when you're in the game, you have a shot. So we'll see what happens.
Queen Anne's They made it for the second straight year
yes,
to
Towson. First time ever.
So
2 straight.
Another round of applause for them for getting to that point. Y-High state championship. I know that the goal, we talked to Jaden and Butch at the beginning of the year. They said they want to fill that final fourth corner in the Waller Dome. So I think they have a lot to play for tomorrow over at the Xfinity Center. I know a lot of Salisbury is going to be there. I don't think they're going to miss this one.
Should bust them over.
Yeah. Exactly.
Guarantee we'll be there. All right, that's going to do it for the A Block. But when we return, we're taking things to Delaware to recap what could have been for the Dover boys basketball team. I am sorry. Heartbreak on a full moon next in DSI.
My name is Justin Cohen. I'm from Chrisfield High School, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.